What's up everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Level Up, your daily video game news show that keeps you up to date with all the latest and greatest stories from within the video game industry. So we are almost into August, which can mean only one thing: football is back. Yes, there's only a couple of weeks to go now until the English Premier League season kicks off, and with that means that the football video games must be just around the corner. We've already talked at length about FIFA 17, but let's spend a little bit of time on Pro Evo 2017 today. There's been a new announcement this week where Konami have partnered up with Barcelona in order to bring an authentic experience of the Catalan club into their new version of the game. This is going to include the exclusive rights to fully recreate the Nou Camp Stadium, meaning that the only place to see the Nou Camp this year will be in Pro Evo. Likely meaning not going to see authentic replication in FIFA. Whether or not they'll even be able to use the name is another thing entirely. The club's style of play and their players will all be fully implemented, fully recreated, so you'll see the true likeness of all of your famous players, your Messis, your Suarez, your Neymars. All of those guys will look like for like. They will play exactly how they play in real life. We'll even have the official club anthem in the game for people that like that kind of thing. There'll be special promotions in the My Club mode, meaning you'll be able to get players such as the big trio we talked about there, Suarez, Messi, Neymar, exclusively into your squad. And on top of that, Barcelona legends will be in My Club, meaning you can look out for the likes of Ronaldinho and Rivaldo in your squad, just in case your team wasn't good enough already. So this is a pretty cool little partnership deal that Konami's doing. We've always talked about how the one thing that's really held Konami back has just been the licensing. Now obviously this isn't the whole Premier League or even the whole La Liga, but to partner up with arguably one of the best teams in the world is a pretty smart move. It's a step in the right direction. Obviously Messi's partnership ended with FIFA this year, so Barcelona completely freed up to do this deal. And if we look at last year's games, Metacritic say that Pro Evo was the better game last year. Critically received better than FIFA. I personally still stuck with FIFA because it's what I like and I like licensing, but they keep making these steps, they keep adding licensing deals. Maybe in the future Pro Evo can come back to its glory days that it had on the PS2. Either way, I'm just happy we're getting good football games. It's probably the game I spend more time playing than anything else. So at the moment I'm still FIFA, but Konami is knocking on the door to try and convince me otherwise. Moving on to some other video game news now, and we're going to talk about a little game called Destiny. I'm sure a few of you are playing it out there. I believe about 20 million plus have purchased this game. Now, if any of you purchased a game on the 360 or PS3, this news is not going to be good news for you. The latest patch that launched this week, version 2.3.1, is actually the last update that is going to give any support and development to those legacy editions of the game. That means PS3, Xbox 360 users, you're out of luck if you want any future support for your games. If you want expansions to be working with your game, you're out of luck. This probably doesn't affect too many of you, I'd imagine. Destiny really much was, even though it's a couple of years old, was still a new gen experience. The majority of you probably did buy it. But if you haven't, I think now's probably the time to look to upgrade. It's been 3 years since these consoles have been out. Destiny's now been out for 2 years. It's really the time to get on there. Okay, I know with Scorpio and Neo around the corner, maybe you want to kind of hold off, but now's the time to get out of that old gen, get into the new gen. It's much better. You know it's the right thing to do. In addition to this, there was also a report that there was a listing of Destiny the Collection on Amazon earlier today. Now, no word of whether or not this is official, but it wouldn't be surprising if it is true. We saw a big re-release of the game last year when they brought us to Taken King. So for the new expansion this September, wouldn't surprise me whatsoever to see a collection featuring the game and the big expansions all in there, all as a bundle, just to get everyone up to speed, to try and bring on some new adopters, because I'm sure there's still some people out there that haven't yet picked up Destiny. Moving on, Pokemon Go. We can't go through a day without talking about the biggest, hottest game in the world right now. Everyone is playing Pokemon Go. I'm still loving it, going out there, catching as many as I can, wanting to be the very best. Now, if you are a Pokemon hunter like myself, this news is a little bit disappointing if you needed some aid and support with your catching. The watch accessory Pokemon Go Plus has been delayed until September. Was originally supposed to be out this month, but now just manufacturing demands for it have just put it back a couple of months, unfortunately. If you're unfamiliar with what this is the little Pokemon strap thing that you could get for your wrist or attach to yourself, which would vibrate near Pokestops and Pokemon, meaning you didn't have to have your phone open the whole time, wasting all of that battery. A little bit disappointing, not the end of the world now. With all these other kind of unofficial apps going, you've got PokeVision out there, website where you can look up to see where Pokemon are. I saw another story today about an Android app that's been released that does this kind of thing that the Pokemon Go Plus does. So there'll always be unofficial support out there if you are that desperate. And also if you're really, really that desperate, just get a power brick for your phone to make sure that it's always charged, because we know it uses up a lot of battery. Moving on, and a game we saw at E3 this year, one of the games I was most excited about after seeing it was the new Prey game that we saw. Yes, this was the reimagining from Arcane Studios, the original game, remember, coming out a decade ago now, in 2006. And other than the trailer, we didn't really know a huge amount about what this new version of the game was going to be. But the director of the game has now shed some more light on this. He has explained that this game, Prey, it's not a sequel. It's not even a remake. It has no ties with the original. So if you haven't played the original game, fear not, you don't need to catch up. He said you have to look at it as more reimagining of the idea. So there we go, brand new kind of story, but kind of keep staying true to the original classic in some respect. He's also clarified that it's not simply a horror game. The psychological thriller dimension in this game is more about the theme of identity. Who are you? Who is Morgan? What exactly are you? What's your purpose in the game? And he's also clarified that Prey won't simply just be a shooter. It will be a hybrid game where there's some narrative mixed with action, mixed with a little bit of RPG. All of these things he's saying right now, he's saying all the right things. This is just making me more and more excited for this game. He did clarify there will still be combat where you'll fight using powers that you learn through the game as you develop them. There will also be things like shotguns and other gadgets to use and stuff. So everything he's saying, I'm on board. I'm in. I can't wait to play this game. Arcane, obviously, really good studio. Made a couple of decent, not even just decent, very good games over the last few years. So really looking forward to seeing what they come up with when this game releases in 2017. By that point, it'll be 11 years since we've had a Prey game. Long, long overdue. Can't wait to see what this game delivers. And the final news item of the day, Life is Strange. We just talked about it recently on the Game of the Week show, where the episode 1 has gone free. So if you haven't downloaded it yet and you haven't played it, make sure you go and do it. Fantastic game. Definitely worth checking out the first episode for free. Although, warning, you'll probably be hooked and then end up having to fork out money for the rest. But yeah, following the success of the game, it's now been announced that a live action adaptation of the IP is going to be recreated. It's going to be Square Enix is going to be partnering with Legendary Digital Studios on the project, and they have confirmed it's going to be a digital series, meaning it's probably going to more adopt the TV show format rather than a feature length. We don't know too much more about it right now. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, video game IPs into the film, TV world doesn't normally work very well, and I completely agree with you. There's very few, if any, that kind of work either way. However, this particular game is very much a narrative experience, so the narrative is really there. It'd be interesting to see if they just recreate it, if they make their own twists on it, if it's going to be a spin-off, a sequel, a prequel, what exactly it's going to be, I don't know. But I'm excited to see it, and I will remain cautiously optimistic until I am proved otherwise. There's a fantastic story in Life is Strange. Do go and play the game, and hopefully look out for this series when it eventually releases, and hopefully it will actually be something worth watching. So there we go, that's it for today. On today's news, let me know, what do you think about Life is Strange? Were you a fan of the game? If you haven't played it, go and play it and then let me know. Are you excited by a live adaptation, or are you kind of resigned to the fact that it probably won't be very good? Also, let me know what you think about Prey coming. How excited are you for that game? How excited are you for Pro Evo? Or are you going to be picking up FIFA instead? And are you looking forward to the new expansions in Destiny and all of that? And why not? Let me know how many Pokemon you've caught so far. See if you can beat my 99 as it sits right now. But yes, as I said, for now, that is it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Make sure you come back tomorrow for a brand new episode where I will see you all next time.